Picture this. You're lying on an operating table. A mask goes over your face, or a needle slides into your arm. Someone asks you to count backward. 10, 9, 8. You barely reach 7. Then nothing. No darkness. No dreams. No sensation of falling asleep. One moment, the next moment. Hours have passed. The surgery is already over, yet you experienced none of it. It feels like reality skipped forward. Where did you actually go? Did your consciousness leave your body? Or did your mind simply stop existing? Modern neuroscience still doesn't fully know. People think anesthesia is just like flipping a light switch. Awake, off, awake again. But reality is far more complicated. The light switch explanation is actually misleading. General anesthesia is not sleep, because the real explanation sounds frightening. Your consciousness is being chemically suppressed. Natural sleep follows repeating cycles. Your brain stays surprisingly active while sleeping. It processes memories. It creates dreams. It still responds to sounds. Anesthesia is completely different. The brain stops cycling. Instead, it enters one stable, suppressed state. It stays there until the drugs wear off. It's like turning dozens of tiny control dials instead of flipping one switch. Different anesthetic drugs target different receptors inside the brain. Each drug has a different job. They don't simply shut the brain off. Instead, they interrupt communication. Brain regions stop working together. Scientists call this functional connectivity. Normally, every region constantly shares information. Anesthesia slowly blocks those messages. The brain becomes isolated. Each area still has some activity, but they can't work as one system anymore. Imagine a city. Every neighborhood is functioning normally, but every road connecting them suddenly disappears. Nothing can communicate anymore. That's surprisingly similar to what happens inside your brain. This connects to one of the biggest theories of consciousness, integrated information theory. The theory suggests consciousness isn't located in one place. Consciousness isn't created by one single part of the brain. It emerges when billions of signals work together. Your thoughts become one continuous experience. Separate information becomes one conscious mind. Anesthesia interrupts that process. The individual pieces remain active, but they never combine into one experience. Imagine a house with electricity, but every wire connecting them has been cut. Nothing works together anymore. That's remarkably similar to anesthesia. Now comes the strange part. Some people become partially aware during surgery. This phenomenon is called anesthesia awareness. It's rare, but it really happens. Some patients later remember hearing voices. Others remember pressure. Some remember brief moments of awareness. In extremely rare cases, patients can even feel pain, but they cannot move at all. They can't even tell anyone they're awake. This is one of medicine's most frightening complications. That's why anesthesiologists monitor patients constantly. Consciousness and movement are controlled separately. General anesthesia isn't one single drug. It's a carefully balanced combination. One medicine reduces consciousness. Another blocks pain signals. Another relaxes the muscles. Some surgeries also require paralytic medication. Every medication has a different purpose. The entire process must stay perfectly balanced. Doctors constantly adjust the dosage. Every patient responds differently. Age, weight, and genetics all matter. There is no one-size-fits-all dose. Anesthesia is a continuous balancing act. Doctors monitor your body every second. But something fascinating happens just before consciousness disappears. Researchers recorded this using brain scans. Neurons begin firing in chaotic patterns. Then everything suddenly calms down. Communication between brain regions fades away. The brain settles into a stable, unconscious state. Some people report strange, dreamlike images. Others experience vivid flashes of imagery. It's losing time itself. Patients don't feel time passing. Hours simply vanish. A 4-hour surgery feels identical to 40 minutes because your brain never experiences the passage of time. Time only exists because your brain records experiences. When memories stop forming, time disappears too. The hippocampus plays an important role. It helps create new memories. Anesthesia blocks memory formation. Even brief awareness may never be remembered. That's an intentional effect of many anesthetic drugs. Now let's talk about ketamine. Ketamine is very different from other anesthetics. It creates a dissociative state. Many people describe floating sensations. Some feel detached from their own body. Some people see vivid, dreamlike worlds. Others experience impossible landscapes. Many struggle to describe what they experienced. Many struggle to describe what they experienced. Your brain is still creating reality, using incomplete information. Ketamine works differently from other anesthetics. It blocks NMDA receptors. These receptors help brain cells communicate. When communication is interrupted, reality becomes fragmented. The brain tries to make sense of everything. This may explain ketamine's strange experiences. Now compare that to near-death experiences. Many people describe floating above their body. Others describe moving through darkness. Some report feeling completely free of pain. Researchers noticed surprising similarities, but no one knows if they're truly connected. The debate is still ongoing. Some scientists believe the brain may protect itself. Extreme stress changes brain chemistry. Blood flow begins to change. Chemical messengers flood the brain. The brain may activate emergency pathways. Researchers are still investigating this possibility. There are still many unanswered questions. Now let's return to something familiar. Waking up. Waking up isn't instantaneous. Different parts of the brain recover at different speeds. Basic reflexes return first. Movement comes back before clear thinking. Memory recovers more slowly. Judgment also takes time. Your brain is rebooting. Some systems restart before others. That's why people sometimes act strangely after surgery. Some ask the same question over and over. Others become unexpectedly emotional. This is completely normal during recovery. Older brains recover more slowly. Recovery can take days. Sometimes even weeks. Doctors call this post-operative cognitive dysfunction. Most people recover completely, but consciousness still raises one enormous question. Did you actually disappear? Or were you simply unable to experience anything? Neuroscience still doesn't have a complete answer. The answer depends on how consciousness actually works. One important structure is the thalamus, the brain's central relay station. Many anesthetics reduce thalamic activity. Sensory information stops reaching the cortex. Your cortex may still be active, but it has nothing meaningful to process. Every patient responds differently. Genetics influence anesthesia. Metabolism also matters. Doctors continuously monitor brain activity. Brain monitors estimate your level of consciousness. Technology helps reduce anesthesia awareness. Even today, scientists are still learning. So, where did your consciousness go? Current science suggests it didn't go anywhere. The brain simply stopped assembling conscious experience, like scattering the pieces of a puzzle. The picture temporarily disappears. Then your brain quietly rebuilds everything, without you ever feeling a single second of it.